Hello everyone and welcome to the latest show of the Monday Kickoff with the Real Band Showmas. And today we're rounding up the season. We're going to talk about the FA Cup final. United couldn't stand their own.
Alright, chill. Let's not put it out like that. It was a 2-1 game. It was close. Nah.
Whatever. And then they got a couple of transfers that they're trying to bring in. We got some transfers like that leaving Madrid, which is kind of a sad day for me personally.
Yeah.
But it's real life, like, you know, it happens.
Time to move on.
Time to move on, whatever. Like, you tell me to get on with it, okay? You tell me to get on with it. How about your players? They couldn't get on with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, get on me.
Well played.
Defend yourself.
Hey, no. First off, I mean, obviously, as promised, I did a little post-game post, reacted to it.
Yeah.
No hard feelings with the L. It's City. I can expect it, but let's be honest. What did Ten Hag have on the bench? Once it was 2-1 and you look at the bench and you see Vargas warming up,
That was crazy.
you see Garnacho, and I love Garnacho to death. Talent's there, but what's a kid?
He
did have a couple moments, yeah.
Burst of energy.
Burst of energy that you need, like, after, let's say you make it 2-2,
If he
you bring
scores
on,
that chance he had, we're talking like different.
We're talking a different.
And it was close. It was really close. So don't just like.
but he didn't do it. If he did it, it's a different story, right? You need assured players, and the only thing I will say is this City team, they look business. We broke them down a couple times. I was watching the game back and I was like, yeah, there was moments we broke them down. Stones, there was a counter attack. Even Pep was like, shit. He's on his knees.
Rodri lost the ball.
Rodri lost the ball,
Back,
And Stones makes his way back, makes a tackle, plays out of there. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, what is this? But, you know,
I mean, you're seeing the game from your lens, and it's okay.
You can totally see some menu lens, yeah. Because I mean, as a city, I could complain that they weren't. You can tell that a lot of the starters haven't been playing.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So like chemistry
Sharpness.
suffered. Yeah, the sharpness wasn't there. But I'm happy with what they did. They brought home the result. Captain Gundu stepped up. I think there were chances that could have been put away even more.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. But they weren't clinical. Yeah, they weren't as sharp as I would have wanted them to, but they got the result done. And it's good that they did that because they're going to have to be in their bag for the UCL. I didn't want them to blow United out. This is perfect.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't like they were going to blow us out. Like they
I think if we played Manchester United right after the Madrid game, we would have smoked.
If buts and maybes, you had 2 weeks after the Madrid game.
But you can't say this 2-1 is
game.
the accurate representation of like the actual game.
It was not.
Y'all didn't do much at all.
You didn't do
2-1 was not.
Regardless of what happened in the actual game, right? At the end of the day, who won it?
Manchester
City,
yeah.
exactly.
But
and how did they win it? 2-1.
What's happening there? We
But
have to talk about this.
here's what you guys love doing when it comes to United, right? You guys say, "Oh, United played this way today. If we played well, that team must have been really, really bad that day. Oh, you were having a poor day. If we played badly,
If you're referring to Chelsea, they were really bad that
if
day.
we played badly, oh yeah, this team would tore them apart. United is crap. We never say, oh yeah, this team. Other than that Newcastle game, it was one time we're like, yeah, Newcastle tore United apart.
Yeah.
Let's
out of
be honest
10,
about this.
rate United's performance in the FA
Just
Cup.
say 5.
Okay.
I give them a flat 5, and this is bang average from every United player.
Okay.
City wasn't spectacular.
It wasn't. Yeah, City wasn't their best performance.
City wasn't in their
I don't know
bag.
if that's
Yeah.
credit to you guys or that was just on them.
I think there's a little bit of both in it. I think look at the game, and this is something I want to talk about. City, certain players were silenced in that game, right? Haaland had a couple chances, but he wasn't Haaland in the game, right? He was silenced a bit.
I want to put the pin on that one. I want to come back.
No, because he had a couple chances he should have scored.
In a different light.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
It's been a couple of games now.
He's been
Without
I did see something about that.
I mean, it's true. He has had these moments, even with the great run, and even before or during these goals.
But like in the
he's
big
not
moments
every game guy. You know what I mean? And especially if you're gonna put him under the lens, because Varane had an eye on
put
him.
Yeah.
The guy in your team had an eye on him. But that's why we have the other players in the team to do the job.
And that's the big thing with City. There's danger everywhere.
But as a striker, I know he'll want his goals. He'll want the goals in the big games. He won the goal against Madrid, against
Bayern
And
against
I want him
United,
to keep, I want him to keep wanting them because he had chances that he's gonna look at in that game and be like, I probably should have been more clinical.
Yeah.
He always has those moments, but you are right. Like he's not showing up every time. We don't look at him to show up every time. We don't need him like that.
There was a moment where I thought he was about to, because remember when what's his face? Ten Hag took off, I think it was Lindelof, and brought on either McTominay or someone else. He brought on an attacker, and Varane was the sole, and Varane was still a little confused, looking over. What are we doing? A 3.
Yeah.
And then Haaland gets the ball there, gets a chance, and De Gea makes a save. Honestly, puts it anywhere else, it's a goal. It was a good save. Give De Gea's credit, but that's one of those De Gea saves where you're like, honestly, you put it anywhere else, that's an easy goal.
Got you. Yeah.
You know.
I also, speaking of De Gea, we gotta
Let's get into this because this is some beat.
We have to, the first goal, I'll forgive him.
Forgive. What can he? Which keeper is saving that first goal?
I'll forgive him.
Forgive. Which keeper is saving that first goal?
At least dive too.
At least dive. The guy from 25 yards away in the first minute of the game
dive.
smashed the ball with his right foot on a volley.
In the fringe of the corner.
Aibo.
It was not in the corner.
Aibo.
It was literally like
Aibo.
it was not in the fringe.
Alright,
of the
let's
corner.
put you in goal. I won't even tell you when. I'll just smash it into the.
No, what I'll give him is it was curving away from him, but it was not in the furthest of corners.
People,
But then
Get to the one you want to get to.
Get to the second one. Go for it. Nah, I know you want this. I got the
second
soul.
goal. Come on. The ball took ages to get behind the post, and everyone was like, oh, he went in.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And there was like the people making fun on Twitter that Gunnigan just thought like, oh, De Gea is somewhere in there just shooting. That's what he shanks the shot.
He shanks it.
And it's very slow going into the post. I'm like, bro, come on. Come on, like, get there.
First and foremost, if that happens to Alisson, you know what? The first word that'll come out of you guys' mouth the moment I say something like that. Oh, it went through a bunch of people. He couldn't see it. He shanked it.
No.
I will hear every excuse.
The bounces, like the way the ball went, it wasn't as sloppy as people make it seem.
No, but the ball was really
He
slow
could
into
have.
it.
No, he could have saved
wasn't
It was
really
but like
really slow.
it bounced, dog.
The only reason why the
Even-
ball,
Even Varane, I
Even
think,
the
almost
bounce
tried to lead
takes
it.
away some of the power. Get there.
It's tricky for the keeper to save.
But it's bouncing before it gets right by the post.
Okay.
now you know someone has not been inside goal.
What?
First and foremost, you're saying if it bounces before the goal.
No, I'm saying it bounced not like right before the
bounced
goal.
twice.
It bounced twice, like before the defender could have gotten who was that? Was it Varane?
Varane, yeah.
Varane, and he couldn't.
Before Varane,
He couldn't get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It bounced there, and it's already a shot that is not clean. So the power of the shot is not there at all.
Okay, you're assuming that because the shot is not clean, there's no power on it.
You can tell,
You can
bro.
nah, it's BS
wasn't
first and
that slow.
foremost. It wasn't as slow as people are making
really
out to be.
slow.
People are making out to be that way because it's David De Gea and he's already under the lens.
Nah, dog.
That's
come on.
That's
get
the
there.
truth. At
Get
least
to the ball.
be honest to yourself.
No,
be honest
for
with
real.
yourself.
Like,
No.
you're making the headlines. Like, you know, people are already looking at you, and you're like giving them content.
Something to do.
That's
to look at.
I know. I agree with that. If that's the only place where you can say, "Oh, De Gea, man, come on! You're under this microscope. Do something.
Your
Make
shot's
a save.
all behind
Yeah,
you.
like prove yourself under the microscope. The only thing, the ball bounces. He evades the defender. First and foremost, if a defender goes for a block, that already blocks the keeper's eye line. Second of all, there's a pool of people, City players, United players in there. Third of all, he shanks the shot. You can't anticipate a shanked shot. And technique level, let's be honest here about football. The way we play football, that you play on your semi-pro level in the United States, the way the ball moves when someone mishits it is not the same way it moves when a Premier League player mishits it.
Still not
So,
the fastest ball, bro. It was
The
slow
point
going into
I
the
am
post.
making
Literally,
is
I was
any
watching-
other keeper you will say, oh, this, you give every other excuse to
There's no
justify.
excuse.
That
Any
happens to
keeper- no
Courtois.
keeper will
That
be
has happened to
excused.
Courtois.
Where?
I will pull up clips and
Pull it up,
I will
pull it,
send it
pull
to
it,
you.
pull it.
In your head, do you think it was slow enough for him to pick it up even?
This man, that's how you know someone is also BS. Yes,
I was watching the game live. I was like, come on.
No. That ball had a forward spin.
That
and a
play.
bounce to it.
But he wasn't
he
fast,
just
though.
he could have made a save.
He could have made us.
And
But I don't think it was as slow as like, can he
No,
score?
not
even-
that slow.
and
But
even-
he was not fast going to the post. I'm like, I was like watching the spectator. I'm like, oh, that's a clean save, nothing to it. And
Oh,
then
you went
out
right
of
and it wasn't a
nowhere,
goal.
it goes in.
You're
You're like,
for-
what the frick, bro?
Hey,
Get the
okay.
ball.
That's interesting.
If they're looking at something from this angle and I can see the whole field, do things look slower to me? Why is everyone a coach on the sideline? Why? Because you can see the whole field.
Yeah.
Now the keeper who's in goal being blocked by everyone else. Regardless, I don't care if the ball was dribbling its way into goal.
Nah,
He's still
that
going
ball
to.
was
It's still
too
going
slow
to
not
see
to
it.
be saved.
Is still going to see it late.
It does say
The
they're
only
not
reason
giving
why
that.
you are exaggerating how slow that ball is because it is David De Gea.
Nah, any
Now
keeper,
forget
any keeper, that ball was
Forget
slow.
David De
You have
Gea
to
for a
get to the
second.
ball.
Forget David De Gea for a second. That ball is shanked. Like you asked me. You asked me before the shoot. Where else could he have shot it? The fact that the ball went the way it went, you can tell the moment it left his foot, it hit the side of his
Yeah.
of the outside of his left. He mishit the ball. The ball was meant to go back across
But
goal.
it doesn't. From the
Keeper-
go, it doesn't go that direction.
It doesn't go that direction.
Yeah.
Defenders try to block it. None of that happens. The only thing, the biggest thing, the question everyone should be asking, in fact, should not be why didn't De Gea make the save? The question should have been why did Gundogan at the top of the box get the chance to volley the ball?
That's why you
on
need the
goal?
keepers
That's a
too.
valid question.
Like all this stuff's gonna happen. Your keeper has to save your butt. Today
Your-
we consider penalty. Courtois saves our butt. That's why you need a keeper in there to
Yeah.
save your butt.
There's a point of codependency. When De Gea has been saving our butts, we should have been relegated seasons
Yeah,
ago.
people gave him flowers. People gave him flowers, but you're not gonna give him
Lying.
flowers for crap like this. You have to save that, bro.
That
I'm
he
sorry.
shouldn't have had
I'm
to
sorry.
save that. Anyone who thinks he should have had to save that has never stood in goal, coached anyone in goal, and clearly doesn't know
Yeah,
ball
no,
sack
I'm
of what
sorry.
we're
You have to
talking
save
about.
that. It's a very slow ball.
It
I've
is-
seen quality keepers save like way like easier balls,
This is
even
called
harder balls. Like
this
I've
is
seen that.
this is two types of biases, and this is why I'm going to leave it. Recency bias because he's under the microscope, and then the second bias is expectation
help himself,
expectation
bro.
bias
He
because
doesn't
De
help
Gea makes
himself.
these kind of extraordinary saves every single day on a regular.
He doesn't have
Everyone is
himself.
like, "Oh, he didn't save that. What a
We talked about
mistake!"
this like a few
Nah,
weeks ago that he has
nah,
these
I'm
many
sorry.
errors in him, and right in no time
Has
at all,
this many
he
errors
he
in it.
brings it
That's
up.
not an
He
error.
brings it
That's
up
that's
for
some
the whole
BS
world to
from
see.
that's some
He
BS from
brings
the
it up
start.
for the world to
If you
see.
think that's an error, then
Then what, bro? Courtois is saving that. I don't know.
Courtois is saving that.
Alisson is saving that. Even Edison,
Where
Edison,
did
the
Alisson
worst
finish?
keeper.
Where did Alisson finish in the league? Where did
team
Alisson
wasn't-
finish? Oh, his team was in
His team,
excuses.
yes, his team-
I beg.
This team wasn't
Please.
great. What did
Finish
Alisson
this
do
for
in the
us.
last 5 years?
Finish this
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
funny, though.
What has the head done for the last 10
What has
years?
he won?
Y'all are on some BS with this
What has he
nonsense.
won?
He's done this with Smalling.
Alisson,
Nah.
Champions League,
Alisson,
Premier League.
Alisson in Roma.